Hello and welcome to part 10, where we continue our tour of the reports within Focus Pro. The Working Time Regulation report is used to show total time and average time worked by individual employees over a number of weeks, though 17 weeks is the norm. It follows the DTI regulation where absent days that are considered exempt are replaced by working days following the 17-week period to include in the average calculation. The Employees Report allows us to create our own reports based upon the information that was entered into the Employee Details screen. So we can put anything that we like in here, including user-defined fields that we may have created. So I'll just put in something like length of service, and what we can do is we can then save our employee reports as templates which we can refer to later. Just call this service. Okay. And then we can then view our templates using the little drop down here. Here's another one that I prepared earlier called Working Information. The Holidays Report shows us the current holiday statistics for the current holiday year. Things like allowance, adjustments taken, booked, and of course the holiday balance. The Memos Report shows any memos that have been either entered by ourselves or that have been marked for public viewing. If you recall, memos are created within the Employee Details screen. If I skip now to the Absence Period Report, we can select a date range, we can select a particular group of employees, and we can select a specific absence type or absence reason. So this can be quite a powerful report because we can, for example, view all holidays since the beginning of the year, or all sicknesses since the beginning of the year. If we move now to the Cost Variance Report, this is particularly applicable when using the rota. We can see what we've got here is planned hours, and we can actually see the number of hours that were in fact worked, and also the difference between the two, the variance. Also we have the planned cost, the actual cost, and again the difference in the cost. The Bradford Factor report is a very popular HR tool used to highlight bad attendance based around a simple formula. The principle is that an employee is more disruptive if they have lots of individual days off sick rather than a few longer periods of sick. The report uses the formula to give each employee a score. Those with the worst scores could be then looked at in further detail, perhaps by looking at their calendars to see if there are any patterns to their sickness, Fridays and Mondays for example. The Lateness Report, let's just run that one there, shows us over a given period of time any latenesses which have occurred by employee. We can see here Virginia Ackerman was due in at 8 o'clock, her actual time of arrival was 8:55, the amount of time that's been lost due to lateness has been added up to be 55 minutes, and all of the latenesses are totaled up. This would be an appropriate report to run during an appraisal. And finally, the last report I'd like to show is the Who's In report. This allows us to select a specific date and time in the past where Focus will show us who was clocked in at that time. This is useful where there's been something stolen or vandalized, or someone was assaulted, for example. We would be able to see who was clocked in at the time that that event occurred. So this actually concludes the main tour of Focus Pro. There will be other videos to view to show the specific new features as they're developed. I hope the series has provided a good impression of what Focus Pro has to offer. Please feel free to contact us for further information. We would be very happy to hear from you. Thank you.